So I've been using this thing for about a month now. Made a lot of cool stuff. I've learned a lot. And today I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I'm making just with scrap pieces from our other builds. Most of them look like this. These start off about 8.5 millimeters, cherry walnut. So here's how I prep material for the laser cutter. I'm going to bring both of these down to about 6 millimeters because that's where I want to cut. I find that to be a pretty good zone to start at for like an ideal thickness for this machine.
So I'm working my way there over a couple passes. I don't want to be too aggressive and trying to take too much off at once, especially where these pieces are a little on the short side, kind of pushing the limits of how short a piece you're supposed to put through this planer anyway. So yeah, we're going careful here, working our way down to 6.5 millimeters, somewhere in there.
What has become clear to me is we will easily be making our money back with just things like earrings and ornaments, like the really easy stuff you can do from offcuts. That stuff alone, I'm confident is going to make our money back. I know you can do a million different things with this machine, but for us, it seems like its role is going to be turning offcuts and scraps into money, where otherwise we would have just wasted that material or burned it in the wood stove. To give you some ideas of time spent, all of these, none of this stuff is sanded or finished, by the way. This is all straight off the laser, everything you're seeing here. But I cut this group of earrings. It was 24 total that I cut in one go. It took 16 minutes and 40 seconds, and you can see I'm using material a little thicker than I need to for an earring. I do like how sturdy it makes the little details when you use a thicker piece, but you can get away going thinner. You can do those even faster. These honeybee ornaments take about 5 to 6 minutes to cut and engrave. Same with this guy here, this Goliath beetle, and these swallowtail butterflies. So honestly, if you had your material prepped, good to go, and you wanted to spend all day with the laser, you could make your money back in a day with this thing.
So I want to add a new bug to our ornament collection. So we're going to work on this dragonfly ornament today. So you can see the file I got. I grabbed from pixabay.com. I really like this website for free images, particularly free vectors and other illustrations. So you can see I just searched dragonfly and filtered by illustrations. Look at all these great options. We're going to scroll down a little bit, find one we like. This one here caught my eye, so that's what we're going to roll with. I really like the detail in it. So here are the settings I'm using for the cut. So we have two different files here, right? Two different images, I should say. One is the engraving itself. That's going to have its own settings. We are, of course, set to engrave, and then we have an outline that we drew using this outline feature, which is one of the best things about the XCS software, I think. This is one place where it's got Lightburn beat easily, and that's the ease of taking the outline of something. Okay, so the settings I have for this on 6mm cherry is a speed of 4 at a power of 100, and we're going to run 2 passes. So let's make this a little bit smaller for our test cut so we don't waste a ton of material if it doesn't go through. I actually flipped the board the other way too, thinking that I would end up getting more ornaments out of the piece if I did that. So I'm just quickly checking my settings here, and I did forget to fill out the thickness, and it looks like it's more like 6.5. So we are going to make our final checks, hit the play button, run the job, and I will show you what we got. Stick around for the big... So here's our tiny little dragonfly, cut out pretty nicely. If anything, we've been overboard with the power. I don't really like the engraving on it, but sometimes it kind of sorts itself out, the level of detail I mean, once you blow the image up and do it actual size. So let's see what happens when we do just that. So we are taking our dragonfly image, resizing it. The camera is really nice in the machine for this. You can see where I've already cut out my little one, so we just clear that, move it down. The only thing I actually changed that I didn't show here is I increased the lines per inch. Oh, I did show it. You can kind of see me doing it right there. Basically, same speed, same power and everything. It's just going to ask for more detail. So here the laser's finishing up the engraving and starting the cut. You can see it started with a little hole punched for hanging it as an ornament, and now we're doing the outline. So this is actual speed, just for a few seconds here to show you guys how quickly this thing moves. And in a moment we're going to do a 4 times speed so you can, well, see the rest of the video. So now you can see it's cutting the second pass. There are advantages to cutting in 2 passes versus 1, even if you can cut in 1 pass. I can get through this in 1 pass, but the amount of scorch on the piece and sanding I'm going to have to do after, I'm not into. So I'd rather just mess with the settings and save myself some work later.
So here's something that's just going to happen sometimes, right? Wood grain varies. Sometimes you get weird little features like this sap pocket here in the cherry. See that? So the result of that was this cut 99% perfectly except for that scorch right there. But look at this. That's where that sap pocket is right there. I love the detail in the engraving. That part is dialed in. It's even got a nice texture. But yeah, we didn't get all the way through in 1 spot. I think it was because of this sap pocket in the wood. So we're going to go ahead and run this again with the same settings and see what happens. Keep an eye out on this too. I think that scorched because it's part of that sap pocket and the laser spent a lot of time in that tight little turn. Something to look out for, but we are so close on this. Let's dial it in.
So you can see that last cut / engrave took about 7 minutes 30 seconds. Not too bad. So like I said, not changing much here, really just moving to a different spot on the board. I have a feeling that this is going to work out just fine if that's all we do. Alright, let's hit play and see how it comes out.
Okay, here is the second one done. Same settings, just a different spot. Again, a sweet engraving. And we turn this around. It's through. It didn't drop through, so we are going to have a tiny bit of splintering, and we are like right on the edge of the settings we want. But this should come out. Oh yeah. See, there's the splinters we expected. We can clean that up, no problem. There you have it. I might offer this ornament as part of a set with this one here. I don't know, that one there, that one there. We'll see. They'll look even better when we get them sanded up, get a little bit of that char brushed off the edge, and finish, of course. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Go ahead and toss this one a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to see more like this, because I love this thing. I'm going to be making a lot of videos about laser cutting. But for those of you subscribed, don't worry, we're still going to do the traditional stuff too.